Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Malinga Sise of Urban Harvest Organic Farm. For all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so grateful. And for those who are still new, please kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. Today I'm super excited. We are right inside our local chicken house. You guys, I have purely local ducks, pure local turkeys, and the purely local chicken right also inside this same farm. So we are inside their farm because today I want us to learn something about these local birds. Local birds is one of the cheapest breeds of birds that you can start with if you want to start this project. Maybe if you don't have enough capital to start with the layers and broilers or the croilers. So the local breeds can be one of the cheapest that you can start with, and you can for them it doesn't need a lot of attention. It doesn't they are disease resistant, but however we should also protect them from getting these diseases, and we should also give them enough feeds and enough drinking water. But otherwise it is a type of breed that is not hectic at all. It's not so disturbing like the rest of these exotic breeds. So I remember a few weeks ago I showed you the chicks that we hatched from this section, because normally I leave them to lay eggs, sit on their eggs, and they hatch it by themselves. So what I do, immediately they hatch the chicks like this, I normally get the young chicks, go and brood it, and that is how I've been able to multiply my chicken. I had only 3 hens and 1 cock, but at one point I multiplied it up to over 100 chicken. On that I've been also slaughtering so many of them. Okay, that is how the numbers have reduced, but of course that is the reason why I'm keeping them for my home use, for my own consumption. Now when we hatched these chicks a few weeks ago, I had from the 3 mothers I had almost 50 chicks. Now I decided to remove these chicks and brood them, but this time I wanted to discover something new. I said I'm not going to put any source of heat, and I remember I was showing you these chicks and they were doing well. The first lot were 11 in numbers. They did so well, but I was keeping them inside my sitting room and putting them in a box. So this first lot came out very well, but the second lot were almost hatching within the same time. The 3 hens hatched almost the same time, so I mixed them together and I was putting them inside the basin. The drinking water was there and the feeds was there. But I realized that the first time when I was away, they got soaked with the drinking water. All the chicks got soaked. We put them under the sun and they became okay. Then the second time again, I made the same mistake. I did not, because if you put in for them drinking water inside that small thing, you have to at least put a cap inside and make sure that the chicks cannot enter there. But that is not what I did. So these birds again ended up getting so soaked in this water. I tried to put them under the sun and I ended up losing almost all of them. So out of the 50 chicks that I had, currently I have only around 14 chicks, of which it is a very big loss to the project. Losing over 30 chicks, it is really so hurting, especially when you've struggled with these birds to lay, and at the end of it you lose the chicks. That is really not right. And then I want us also to know that once these birds are laying, because some of you are saying you have your chicks, they lay eggs very well and they end up not hatching all the eggs. I've realized that when they are laying eggs, make sure you keep those eggs in a clean place. If those eggs keep being in a dirty place, because these are local birds and some of us think that they don't need a lot of attention, but they also need care. If we put their eggs in dirty places or we let them to lie in a dirty place, some of those eggs get infected and they don't hatch. Now that for me here, this is the same room where the rest of the birds sleep. If you don't come at night to check, you realize that all the birds end up piling themselves in the eggs that they have laid, and once they put their dropping there, honestly, those eggs will end up getting spoiled and they will not get hatched. So that is why I'm saying, if possible, it is better you separate where the birds lay eggs from where the rest of the birds sleep. That's the only way you will protect those eggs. For some of you who don't have the incubator, like for some of us, even me, I don't have the incubator. That don't have the incubator, we must protect the eggs if we want them to get hatched. And then also there are situations where the birds are already mature and they're not laying eggs. Last time when I was away, my birds stayed for almost 2 months without laying eggs, and yet these were birds that were hatching time and again. So I noticed that they had so many fleas. So make sure that you also dust these birds and keep the hygiene of your chicken house. If you enter your chicken house and you feel something just moving, because these fleas, when these birds have fleas, you just enter the chicken house like this and you realize that you're scratching the whole body. That is fleas. Make sure you dust them immediately. You saw yesterday I was dusting our layers. Those birds had fleas, and still I also have to dust these local birds because this is we are the same people working in the layers farm, and we are the same past people coming inside here. So make sure you also dust the houses. Make sure you clean the houses time and again. That is the only way you're going to multiply your pure local birds. But one thing I've realized with these birds, honestly, if we feed them well, they can also grow very fast. They can also bring us some income. And the beauty with it, you find that a local bird is very expensive compared to these exotic birds. Even the eggs alone. Remember, a tray of eggs of these purely local birds. Some places it goes for 30,000 Ugandan shillings, and yet a tray of eggs for these layers, the maximum that you can sell at is 11,000. Okay, has the farm owner is 11,000. But for the layer birds, you will get that a tray of eggs. If you're selling so cheaply, you will sell it at 25,000 for these purely local birds. That is how you can sell it. So you realize that our purely local breeds are more expensive, like if you're selling them, so you get more profits. However, they don't grow as fast as the exotic, but still, for someone who want to start small and from scratch, you can start with these local breeds. The ducks also grow very fast. The turkeys, well, the turkeys take some time to grow, and the young ones, it's not very easy to take care of them. However, I manage, but still, then the chicken, of course, the chicken multiplies very fast than the ducks. Okay, but you have to also take care of them very well, like this exotic birds. That's the only way you're going to reap big from this local birds. But honestly, the local project is a very good project. I can say that those who have enough money normally prefer consuming the purely local chicken. They prefer consuming the pure local eggs. But honestly, they're expensive. And if you can only dedicate yourself and take care of these local birds well, and you become the biggest supplier of these local birds, you can even be richer than someone who have so many number of layers. Because for you, your profits will be double. And remember, they feed on anything. They feed on anything. So long as you make it available for them, they will feed on it. So that is what I wanted us to know. When you're going to brood your local chicks by yourself, please endeavor to put for them a source of heat. Don't put them in a cold place, because after removing them from that soaked water and drying them under the sun, I again expose them to coldness. So I think that is how I lost almost all of them. Now, even when you're using these local herbs, please try to protect those birds, because some of you may think that since we are using the herbal remedies, you can just, you don't care about the chicks. Please, these chicks need to be care of, just like you can care about the layers. So, and then when the chicks are still young, please give them pellets. Then from 4 weeks and above, like from 5 weeks, you can give them the grower pellet, because I normally give them like for 2 weeks, and then now you can bring them outside and feed them on whatever you want. These local birds, they feed on anything that you can give, so long as it is available for them. They feed on them. You can decide to give them the fermented feeds, these greens, the tomatoes, all these things. So long as it is available, give them to feed on. They will still lay eggs. So that is what I want us to know about this local birds. Now, we have some few which are sitting on their eggs. I'm going to show you. Then we are going to go outside and see how I'm feeding our birds. Now, those are some of the birds. Now, this one is sitting on the eggs. It has around 20 eggs, but it wasn't the one laying there alone. I understand there was another one also laying there. Then our bird that just hatched like a week, like 2 weeks ago, it has started laying again. Then we also have this one that is sitting on the eggs, and it is soon hatching. So you can see how I've constructed where these birds lay eggs. But the problem that I did, or the mistake that I did, I didn't put there the door. So you realize that at night when these birds come here, if you don't come to check, you find that they are all piled inside there, where these ones are, that one is sitting on the eggs, the other one in the corner is sitting on the eggs, even here. So at the end of it all, they disorganize the hens which are sitting on the eggs, and even they keep on putting their droppings on the eggs. So that is one reason why some of the eggs end up getting spoiled, and that means it's a very big loss. So this is how I've constructed where my birds lay eggs. Okay, but I'm planning that with time I will probably leave this place only, this particular room, only for them to sit to lay eggs from. Okay, I've also arranged here for the others that want to. You see, I've decided also to arrange here. But with time, I'm going to only leave this particular room for only birds to lay from, and make another house right in the middle there. Okay, right in the middle there for birds to sleep on, or make others in another part where they can sleep. And here we shall leave it only for the laying ducks, hens, and turkeys. So these are the chicks that survived. These were the first one that were hatched, and I was keeping them in the box, feeding them, but for them, they never went through, like, they never soaked themselves in the water. That is why you see they survived. Okay, they're just coming there for the sunshine. They are very stubborn. So they never soaked themselves in water, because I was careful enough. I was at least trying to put something inside that water that is not very open for them to dump themselves there. So they survived up to today. They are now on grower pellet. And after 6 weeks, I'm going to, actually probably 8 weeks, that is when I'm going to put them out to find when they have now grown. But the rest, I remember I brought them here. Last time you saw how I was making here. But that day when I was already making this place, those birds had soaked themselves in water. I had tried drying them, but most of them were already very weak. And even the new ones that were hatched that day also ended up dying, because this place was too cold for them, and I didn't put any source of heat. So please, our chicks must be taken care of. We must put for them sources of heat. At least there should be a source of heat that will at least keep them warm. So that is how I ended up losing our chicks. I can say it is just negligence. So with poultry farming, you don't have to be careless. You have to be very, very conscious and serious with these birds. Now these are our birds. They are feeding. So currently I have with the ducks, I had so many ducks, over 100, but I decided to eliminate most of them. So I'm left with only two male ducks, and around 10 to 12 female ducks. Those are the ones that we are going to now keep for laying. And then for the hens, I have there are two cocks that are still young, and then one main cock that we have been having, and then the hens. I'm left with around 12 hens to lay and to multiply, because I also don't want to have a big number, because you see my place is small, and yet still we are going to construct another chicken house for the layers inside this place. So I don't want to keep very many numbers. That's why I keep on eliminating them. So those are our turkeys. You can see I have the white one and this, and we so far have 4 mothers. Okay, these 3 are the children, are the young ones for this one. This one is our mother turkey, but we have 3. Then the rest, I decided to eliminate them. Okay. So actually, this is a very good project that someone out there can do. At least if you cannot manage to have the layers and the broilers, you should have this backyard chicken. It saves a lot. Okay, it saves a lot, and it is it is very easy to manage, so long as we also give them the herbal remedies. Because every time I'm giving our layers the herbal remedies, I also give to our local birds. And this has kept these birds and has made them grow. And when you slaughter them, by the way, they are so fatty, very, very healthy. Okay? Very, very healthy. Some days I don't give them even these commercial feeds. I just give them the cabbages, the onion, the tomatoes, the onions. And you know, you find them still laying eggs and still pushing on. So this is a very lucrative project that we must not ignore. It is also a very lucrative project. Now that I've dusted the layers, we are also going to dust our local birds so that at least they are also safe, because once they have fleas, they will also end up not laying eggs and they will also end up not performing. Okay, so this is our project. So for today, that is all I had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for loving me. And if you're still new, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Click on the notification bell so that you never miss out any upload. Share this video, comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be so grateful. See you next time. I love you all. Bye-bye.